Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on this video. My name is Chris, and Chucky Boy apologizes for being kind of late on this image. I was in the theater last night indulging in Avengers Endgame. Oh my god, still recovering from it. I do have a spoiler-free review on the channel, or an ending explain if you have seen the movie and just want to discuss it or know my spoiler thoughts on it. I'm so sorry about the noise, guys. My neighbor Phil over here doesn't realize Chucky Boy needs to make a video.
2 hours later.
Alright, he finally decided to finish. Thanks, Phil! But I'm here now, and big thank you to those of you who are blowing up my phone on Twitter, letting me know that this photo was released. Really appreciate it. So starting off with this new photo, this is by far the clearest look of the doll that we've gotten. No big shadows, no half faces. This is the doll right here, and hey, doesn't look half bad. I actually really dig this photo. Pair that up with the creepy factor of watching Andy sleep, and thanks to Entertainment Weekly who let out this photo, let us know that this is the part of the movie where Buddy is still friendly, is still just completely in love with Andy, and that's honestly the relationship I'm very excited to see how it plays out in the movie, because it can go wrong really fast and just look kind of creepy. 14, 15-year-old boy with this little doll. But if they pull it off, man, hey, hats off. That looks good. And even though I like this photo, what the heck is going on with all the photos they're releasing? Because every single one of them looks completely different than the one before it. I do not understand what is going on with Orion and not giving us a clear, definitive look for this doll. There are some photos that make the doll look great, make it look amazing, make me super excited, and then they release other ones that I'm like, who is this? Is this even the same doll? And that's just something that boggles my mind, because I obviously don't know what goes into making these dolls for the movie. I'm no Geppetto here. But I have to imagine, don't you make the same mold, the same face structure, and you just pour plastic and you build that and you move on to the next? Because I know they have to build about 5 or 7 dolls for every Child's Play movie, so why does everyone always look distinctly different? This isn't just a problem in the new remake. The old Chucky movies had this as well, where even in the same contained film, Chucky looks slightly different. But, I mean, there was a clear reason for that. In those movies, Chucky was turning human, so his body was becoming more flesh, and he'd do this thing where he'd go into doll mode or become alive. And when he was in doll mode, he looked completely plastic, and when he would walk around come into life, his face would have a more matte flesh look to it. And a lot of you pointed out to me when I complained during my trailer breakdown that, oh, Chris, it's the same thing. It's gonna have 2 faces, you know, one when it's pretending to be a doll and one when it's coming to life. In this new remake, that doesn't make sense, because this doll is not turning human. Essentially, at all times, this doll is alive. It's just either acting friendly or it's acting evil. So it would not make sense for it all of a sudden to have 2 different looks, one when it's pretending to be a doll and one when it wants to go red mode and fight. It should always be looking like a plastic doll, because in the end, it's a plastic robotic doll. Not something that's turning flesh and human or growing sexual organs to mate with later in the series. Oh my god, I just had Seed of Chucky flashbacks. So this is something that bothers me, and look, like I've said this before, I'm still super excited for this movie. I still want to see it. I'm gonna embrace it if it's good. I just have to put aside that this doll doesn't always look great. It might be something that I love for the first 10 minutes, then they have a different looking doll, and I'm like, oh, this is so ugly. Then, oh, the good looking doll's back. Oh, it's the ugly one. So it could just be a roller coaster ride of emotions with the look of this doll. But addressing other questions and concerns you guys had, there are a lot of things y'all brought up that I didn't really catch myself, specifically talking about some of the trailers that came out. So one, let's talk about one that everyone was confused about, even me. We see in the trailer what looks to be the hacker who's messing with the doll, and the doll comes to life in the background, and then we get other shots of him being tortured and killed by Chucky. Now, from our clear understanding of this movie, this doll is not going to be evil straight off the bat. It's going to learn to be evil by protecting Andy, by wanting to just have Andy to himself, not his friends, not his mother, not anyone else. Just like in that scene description where a cat hurt Andy's hand by slashing it, and then Chucky deciding to want to kill it because that's something that hurt Andy. It's a progression that the doll's gonna have throughout the movie. So if this is one of the early scenes where the doll's going AI, why would it kill right away? I know we all have the stereotype of AI is evil right off the bat, but I mean, come on, it has to build up to it. If it's just straight up evil, it's not that fun. I like the progression of it. So why is this person killed? Some of you theorize that it's probably not even the hacker. That the hacker is probably somebody else, and maybe Karen takes the doll away once Andy is taken by the police for questioning, by having the people who were around his life start dying, sort of like what happened in the original Child's Play. So Karen gets rid of the doll and sells it off to someone else, be like, hey, this doll's broken, can you fix it? And since these dolls record everything as one of the features of them, this guy probably bought it off Karen as a pedophile move to get off the recordings off that doll. I still contend this guy's sleazy and gross. I'm pretty sure his kill is going to be justified in the movie. Another thing you guys pointed out is there's this scene that we thought for the longest time was just the factory worker committing suicide, because, well, it makes sense. You have the Asian workers there. We were told that it's from an Asian factory where the doll comes from, and you have the castle logo in the background. But in the new trailer, it gave us a lot more of a clear look, and if you slow the frame rate down, you can see that it's a woman falling with long hair. That this is not the person that we thought was going to hack the doll and turn it AI, that this is a female being dropped off. Now this doesn't make sense to me. Again, is this the early scenes of the movie where Chucky goes AI, comes to life, and just starts killing factory workers left and right, throwing them off the building? Who could this mystery character be, and why are they at the factory for Castle? Some of you theorize it could be Karen, but I don't know. That kind of looks like curly hair. It doesn't really match Aubrey Plaza's hair. Really mind stumped on this one. Maybe you guys can throw some theories to see who you think it could be. And then last thing here that you guys were pointing out to me and asking me, do I think this right here, the shot where all the friends are standing over with their weapons looking like they just destroyed something, is this how they kill Chucky, them ganging up on him? I really hate when trailers sometimes show us the ending scene or something spoilerish like this, but I mean, we don't know what they destroyed, and I have to believe, no, that's not really Chucky down there. I'm gonna think that's one of the minions or one of the little robot toys that Chucky brought to life to fight them, and this is them just ganging up on it and getting it killed. Because if it's just as simple as a group smashing it and then it being done, not that much fun. I always love when Chucky was really hard to kill, like at the end of the first Child's Play, the second one, or the third one. I want this to be work to kill a robotic doll. Hell, if it even starts looking like the Terminator in a T-8000 limping and half-faced robot, I think that could be pretty cool. If you guys have any other questions or concerns about it, go ahead and comment down below. You know I'll be there to answer that for you. Really appreciate you guys stopping by. Let me know your thoughts on these constant different looks of the doll. Does it bother you? Are you okay with it? Which one do you think looks the best out of all these photos? Curious to hear your guys' thoughts, but be sure to like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at 3C Film Review. As always, I'm Chris. Take care.